Morning, Monday the 18th of August, and today is the day that I've been talking about for a while. First, while we wait, we'll just carry on with a bit of hedging. But actually all I'm going to do is just trim down here just to make it all. I killed all this off last week. Obviously it's dying off, but it hasn't died off as such, so we'll just trim it all down now, and then just going to make it easier to clear up, etc. Yes, finally it is here. Compact tractor, and it's just under but 1.5 meter flail, so so all cool. I'll show you it now. So it's a 26 horsepower. It's obviously Kubota EK1 26.1, hydrostatic, and with a Winton flail. Now, I appreciate these aren't a Wessex flail by any means, but I'm sure for the amount of use it actually gets, it will do the job. And it's partly for these paddocks here and in the garden, and we're going to go in there in a bit. And but it will also be for me to use should any work come in which requires a flail mower, or anything that has anything which is basically a tractor job which we can get an attachment on the back. So if you are in the sort of the Surrey, Sussex, Berkshire borders and you do need a man with a flail and a tractor, let me know. I am said man nowadays. So yeah, this is it. This is, annoyingly, I sort of set up the inquiry with a particular company. They said they came out and promised us we would get it at the start of the month. Then turned out we weren't going to get it till some point at the end of this week, and then we found out that actually they didn't even have any flail mowers in, so we weren't really cool with that. So we put the word out. We were looking for a Kubota mower, a Kubota tractor with this flail on, and George Brown's came in and saved the day. So yeah, we told them what day we wanted everything, and they said yes, we've got it in stock and we can make that happen. So thank you to George Brown's for organising it and bringing it down, because they're not our local dealer by any means. We thoroughly appreciate that, and Amber in particular who brought it out. So right, I'm going to take it round to the garden now, and we're going to cut that wild meadow flowers. Okay, so we've done one lap round. I think it's too short, to be honest. Some of the molehills are massive, which is it's dealing with really well, but we're just going to knock it up a little bit higher, less waste as well. I had to watch myself going under those trees over there, especially with that beacon on the top. So it's pretty simple. What you've got is this bolt here. Can you see that hole there? And then you've basically got all those adjustments. So you undo that and the roller basically will drop down a little bit, and then you lift it up and you just kind of find the right adjustment. Good morning. So Tuesday fortnightly mowing, as per usual. The only slight difference today is when I was cutting my own lawn, said picture here. The drive cable, if you like, I assume is stuck on. It's not snapped or anything, which basically means when the engine's running, the roller's going round, which isn't ideal. So I kind of made the best of it to get my lawn finished, because we had a few people round the other week. But I don't want to be taking it into people's flower beds today, so we are going to have to use, on the smaller lawns, the Ego mower. So I've got a pile of batteries nice and charged. Don't need the hedge cutting kit, I don't think, anymore now. Not till winter. Maybe at the property I was at yesterday there might be a few little things which just need to be done, but now around the pool is done. That's the bulk of the big stuff, I think. Standing there trying to put the right key in the door. So yeah, I think the hedging is kind of done now. So I'll kind of wait on the weather. As I said, I think in the last video, I've got lots of like, the plan was to make a start on the autumn stuff a little bit sooner, but a lot of those places where I'd sort of got those seeding work booked in, they're in hosepipe bans. So essentially you're just chucking the seed down and just hoping for the best. Now whether there is some forecast rain for next week, but whether it comes or not, I don't know. So I think I'd be better off just hanging off on those for a little bit. So yes, there we go. So as I say, usual Tuesday, but with a bit more Ego mower action than normal. Okay, so today I am using the Ego mower more than usual, but there is another use for these Ego batteries. This is a Fortnightly lawn. He invested in the hose I told him about, which is the one I used on the long strip that you'll remember, it was in loads of the videos this year. Using that to water. We're not on a hosepipe ban here. It's so localized around this area because there's so many. It's the border of 3 counties essentially. So that's all nice and green. You can see this channel here, almost like there's a line where it stretches to there. He hasn't done sort of down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to set it up down here. And I think actually the way it waters, it will water exactly that amount. And there is a timer set up on the kit, on the tap. So I don't know if they're away or not, but he's kind of got it just in the middle. But I'm going to do it here, and hopefully that will either encourage him or it will just be on, and that will water this bit nicely, and that hopefully will help even it out a bit. Okay, so all striped up, and as I say, this area here we'll put the sprinkler up on here. If it comes on, that's great, and hopefully we can get it more looking like that. Okay, Wednesday, busy Fortnightly lawns, and I've done 3, 1 small, 2 big, onto another big one, and then finish with another big one. And actually it's all my Fortnightly Wednesdays on a Fortnightly Wednesday for probably the 2nd time only this year. Anyways, I just thought, I haven't got too much time to film, just thought I'd just show you this. It is August. It's very much autumn in this road. So what we do is we start off with this blower, then we move to the backpack, and then as all these start coming down, we then move to the billy goat, and everything basically just goes up into that mound there. Okay, so Thursday, and actually it was a normal Thursday on a Thursday, just like it was a normal Wednesday on a Wednesday. And anyways, usual Thursday lawns. Didn't shoot the first one. Second one is the paddock, or paddocks, all done. There's some bricks and stuff left from the building work, just sort of dumped in the pile, so obviously you can't flail that, so we've kind of gone round it. And then you can see under the tree and all that kind of stuff. So really what it needs is just a strimmer to go round and just take out all the bits where the flail's not been able to get. But yeah, no, looks really good. It doesn't take that long either. I've just gone through with the John Deere just to cut the paths back in, although it's just blowing dust in the air, so it's kind of covered it all back over, but it's just to get those kind of like lines defined back in there. You can see the path there. Yeah, all good. Okay, one more to go today. Okay, so it's Friday. I'm just one property. That's the lawn. You can see the hedges I did the other week, still looking pretty cool. Essentially front and back both look like that. Everything, like, I thought it was coming back, and then we had some rain. And I thought that was it. Everything was greening up, and the last week or so, it's just been so dry. It's just like a dust bowl. First property on the usual Friday route, they do water the front garden, so that's kind of worth a cut. And then in the back garden, the second half of it where it's kind of shaded by the trees, that's when you want some bit of shade. That's quite green as well. Obviously lots of, with the oak trees, don't know if you've noticed it, because it was such a dry spring, it's going to be a bad year for acorns, it really is. So yeah, I've basically been sucking up acorns pretty much, trying to keep on top of it before it becomes a real issue. I'll show you these ones. Again, it's just bone dry. All these lawns are about a total of about 2,000 square meters, so the clients aren't going to be watering them, they just haven't got the time. But they'll come back. They will come back once we get some rain. So I'm not too worried. So anyway, the property I just showed you, I'm not going to do anything there today. I've just at this property, I didn't cut the grass. As you can see, it wasn't worth it. There was a lot of needles down off of this tree. You can see it's really turning, and I think it's just so dry. There was a lot of needles down, so I've swept them up. And just while I'm here, I'm just going to get the old total out and just do the weeds around the paths and things like that. I did cut the back, but that was only just to clear up debris from sort of fallen leaves and things like that, so I wasn't really cutting the grass as such. So yeah, so that is this week. The tractor, the Kubota, finally turned up, so that's cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to drop another video which is just going to be the Kubota just doing a bit more work for all you flail fans out there. So hopefully that'll drop about the same time as this video too, if not just a little bit afterwards. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Next week's a short week, bank holiday weekend, and then I'm not working the Fridays, so yeah, pretty short week, which will be nice.